everyone, and welcome back to Legal Diaries. It's been about 5 months, I think, since I last put up a video. I hope everybody had a really good summer and we're all back and refreshed for another year in law. Today I'd like to talk to you about something called PSC. Now, if you don't know what that stands for, that's okay, because at one point I didn't either. So for those of you who do, bear with me while I just explain what PSC actually is. So PSC stands for the Professional Skills Course, and it's basically the last part of compulsory training that one is required to do before they become a qualified solicitor. Now, as far as I'm aware, most providers that do the LPC also provide the professional skills courses as well. I personally took mine at BPP because that was where the firm required me to take it, and I was based in BPP on London Wall. And then for the exam, yes, there's exams, but I'll get to that. I was based in, I believe it was London Met. So the compulsory part comprises of 3 modules. The first is advocacy and communication, the second is client care and professional skills, and the third one is the financial and business skills. The third one is where you have the exam. For advocacy and communication skills, I was there with the rest of my colleagues, and it comprised of a class of about 20, and they were all from different firms. So the class was taught to me by a criminal barrister who also sits as a judge. It was a course that was very fun in my opinion because it was super interactive. So just to give you a bit of background to the sort of things that we had to do, we were usually given some case studies. Over the duration of the course, we were given about 3 different case studies, and it would simply be a fact of being split into groups and playing a role that you would play during an advocacy trial. So for instance, you could be a witness, you could be a prosecution, you could be an advocate, and you'd either deliver an opening speech, do cross-examination, do examination in chief, or submit a closing speech. So you are getting marked for that, but it's pretty straightforward. If you've already done the LPC, which I'm assuming you would have if you're on that course, you would already have an understanding of what advocacy is and what you need to do to actually pass the course. And that's pretty much just be able to stand up and speak confidently about the facts that are given to you in the case study. So for client care, this was another course that was about 2 days, I believe. Yeah, it was 2 days, and this was taught by a solicitor who was non-practicing, and this was actually an amazing course because it really did teach you about the foundations and the basics that you need to provide good client care. And that's what, you know, is at the heart of being a solicitor, apart from knowing the law and contextualizing the law. So that's essentially what that course was, and there was no exams for that, so you're safe with that one, but it's still good to be attentive and to listen. So for financial and business skills, this is the most important one, and I say that because there's an exam at the end. It was a 3-day course, and some of the things that we covered was an overview of investment and portfolio planning. We also learnt about the code of conduct and how that applies to when you're given financial. And we also learnt a brief overview of the financial services industry. So this course was a really weird one because we had to learn so much in a short space of time. You'd think 3 days is adequate because we do have an open book exam, but it really was a lot of information to take in my opinion anyway. You need to achieve at least 60% to pass, and it's an open book exam as said. It's a 90 minutes exam, and it's pretty much a case of they tell you everything you need to know and you need to memorize that and write it in the exam. I will be doing a video at some point on the electives that I chose, but if you do have any questions or any comments, then just leave it below and I will speak to you in my next video.